Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dara. I'm 26 years old and I live in New York City, and today I'm going to be recapping my wedding. I just got married a little over a month ago, and so I wanted to walk through everything with you because I didn't vlog a lot of weekend because I'm a little busy, but I wanted to recap everything because it was truly the most perfect night. Everything was amazing, and in case you're engaged and planning a wedding, or if you just want to save this for inspo in the future, whatever, I just wanted to share and go through everything because also my wife and I planned everything ourselves, and I'm really proud of how it all turned out. So just a little bit of bragging. So I've been breaking this up into 5 sections of the wedding weekend that I want to talk about. The first one is the night before. The second is the dresses. My wife and I both wore wedding dresses. The ceremony, the reception, and then other little details that I felt like deserved their own area. Let's start with the night before. So the night before, we had a welcome drinks set up for everyone to attend. Everyone was invited to this, and it was hosted at a bar nearby the hotel block that we had. Our wedding was in New York City. Both my wife and I are not from New York, so we knew we had a lot of guests coming from out of town, like both sets of families and then family friends and cousins, all of that, all coming from out of town. So we knew we wanted to have some sort of central welcome event, so we chose to do like a happy hour vibe, and it was really beautiful. Again, it was held at a bar close by to the hotel block. It was honestly such a hit. We thought people would just drop in and like say hi and then go out and explore, but people ended up staying like the entire time, and it was so much fun. And I was able to speak to so many people, which is so great because on the actual wedding night, you know, you don't have time to have good conversations with everyone, so having that welcome before allowed me to talk to like almost all of the guests. So that way, even if I didn't spend a ton of time talking to them at the wedding, it still felt like we had caught up and chatted and stuff. So really, really loved that. I really am glad that we had that and that it was such a hit. Also, at that night before, I wore a dress that I had made. I did make a video on this before, so I'll link that in the description. But essentially, I had bought a strapless white dress off of Depop, and I kind of adjusted the neckline and then added a sheer sparkly piece because the dress I bought was a mini dress, and so I got this sheer sparkly fabric to make it like a maxi dress. A lot of people complimented it, and it was really a really like proud moment for me that people really enjoyed something that I made, and it was nice for me to have that special touch and feel like it was very me in that moment. Also, at the welcome event, I gave my phone to one of my good friends, Claire, and I told her like capture anything you want. I don't have to be in it. It doesn't have to include myself or Amanda. Just capture the guests, because again, I was talking to so many people and catching up that I just wanted to be able to reminisce on the night from other guests' perspective as well, and see the moments that I wasn't taking in because I was trying to focus on the conversations. So it was really, really great, and that's when I really started to feel how special this weekend was and how special it is to have everyone gathered in one place to celebrate something that you're proud of. It was just like amazing and so special. So if you are getting married or having a wedding soon, just take time to, in the moment, be like, wow, this is so special. Amanda and I kept saying, this is a historical event. This same group of people is never going to be all in the same place at the same time again. Like, even if our siblings get married or something like that, that exact same group of people is never all going to be together. Like, it is a historical event. It won't ever happen again. And that's really, really special that everyone gathered just for us and to celebrate our love. So I definitely, multiple times throughout that night and throughout the weekend in general, felt that and was really grateful for everyone who came. So after the welcome drinks, that was, again, happy hour time frame, like 4:30 to 6:30. We then had a rehearsal dinner with just the bridal party and immediate family. The rehearsal dinner was at an Italian restaurant a few blocks away from the welcome drinks, so the bridal party and family went over there. We had a good meal. It was really sweet. I had asked my brothers to just give a little toast at the event. It was really sweet. They did a great job, and it was really special to just have that more intimate time with the family and the people who are closest to us. Amanda had two of her best friends from college give a little speech as well. It was just really special, and again, glad to have chatted with everyone in a more intimate level. So that's basically it for the night before. And so then the next section we'll be talking about is the dresses. Amanda and I both wore wedding dresses. Mine was a fitted, I think it's like a mermaid style, I guess, dress from Nicole and Felicia. It's got like a cowl neck in the front and an open back. It's like halter, so the back's kind of open. And it's really beautiful. It was really my dream dress. It looked amazing. When I first tried it on, I think things look a little bit differently because the sizes aren't exact, but once it fit my body perfectly, it was amazing. It felt like it was meant for me. I loved it so much. I'm so glad that I wore it. And we also both made the decision to not have dresses to change into. We're like, we're spending so much money on these wedding dresses. We should stay in them the whole night. And we were going back and forth, especially because once I show you Amanda's dress, you'll get it more. Her dress is bigger than mine. Mine's definitely form-fitting and easier to it's not as heavy and stuff. We are so glad that we made the decision not to change into other dresses. But with that being said, Amanda's dress is from Barge. It was like an A-line dress, V-neck, so beautiful, huge train, and had buttons all the way down, which I loved. She looked so beautiful in it, and it fit her perfectly. It looked like it was made for her as well. We knew from the moment she tried it on, because we did go dress shopping together. As soon as she put it on, we knew. And it's funny because we had actually seen it online before, and we went to Barge specifically so she could try on that dress, because we were she needs to try that on. That looks like something she would love. And it was. It doesn't always work out like that. Sometimes you see dresses online and you think that you're gonna like them, but then you try it on and it's not what you thought it would be. So really glad that worked out. So Amanda and I both had bridesmaids. She had 4 friends and a sister, and then I had 2 friends and my sister-in-law. Then my brothers were also in the bridal party and also walked down the aisle. I technically kind of had 5 people in my bridal party too, but we had all of our bridesmaids wear black dresses, and we said you can wear whatever black dress you want. So black dress and black heels, but gave them the freedom to choose what they wanted within that, because it was important to us that 1, everyone felt beautiful in what they were wearing, and 2, they could get a dress that they, could wear again. Long black dress is something that most people can get multiple uses out of, and it honestly looked really great. Our whole vision for the weekend was a timeless New York City classic wedding, and I think the all black bridesmaid's dress and having the men in tuxes really captured that. And then for our moms, we knew we wanted them to also be in black, but have a little bit of something to differentiate them from the bridesmaids. And so we allowed them to wear something black with something else. So my mom had a black dress, but the top half was gold sequins. It's really beautiful. And then my mother-in-law was wearing a black dress that was, the base was black, but then there was pink and green floral appliques all throughout, and it again looked really good, aligned with everything else that was part of our vision, but again it was a way for them to stand out a little bit from what the bridesmaids were wearing. And then moving into the ceremony, both the ceremony and the reception were held in the same room. So we started the main ballroom for the ceremony, and then during cocktail hour, we moved to a smaller room, and then they flipped the room while we were at cocktail hour into the reception room. But starting with the ceremony, it was so beautiful. When guests first walked in, we had a violinist who was playing, Bridgerton vibe soundtracks just on the violin. Obviously, I wasn't there, but from what I've been told, it was really beautiful. A lot of guests really enjoyed walking into that. And the room itself was breathtaking. There was rows of chairs set up and then a white aisle runner, and we had candles lining the aisle, alternating spots along the aisle in alignment with the seats, and at the end of the aisle was a huppah. We did have a Jewish wedding. My wife is Jewish, and it was really important to us to bring that aspect of the cultural moments into our wedding. At the end of the aisle, we stood under the huppah. For the huppah, we wanted something that was beautiful, but also not so expensive. So we ended up falling in love with a design that had like a bar of flowers at the top, and then white drapes that were captured, like there were bouquets essentially at the ties where the drapes curtains like weren't touched. I don't know how to describe it or what this word is. You'll be able to tell from the pictures. And so it was really great to have that beautiful huppah. There was a beautiful chandelier. There's like a main chandelier and then a lot of other smaller chandeliers throughout the room, so it just all looked really beautiful. And then because my wife is Jewish but I'm not, we knew that over half of the guests wouldn't be familiar with all of the Jewish traditions, so we did have little programs that broke it down in really simple ways to understand as to why huppah, why different aspects of the ceremony were happening. A lot of guests said that they really appreciated that, so that they understood and felt like they were really involved. One of the most important things to us about the ceremony was to have a no phone ceremony. So we did inform our guests, like on our wedding website FAQ, like that it was going to be a no phone ceremony, but obviously we know that not everyone reads those. We had our rabbi give an announcement before anyone walked down the aisle that there would be no phones, and that it was a request of the brides to not have their phones out, because we didn't want people to be worrying about taking pictures or capturing the perfect picture. We just wanted people to be present for the ceremony and to really focus on us, because, you know, again, everyone's gathered here for us. We really wanted to make sure that everyone was also in the moment with us. So Amanda and I both walked down the aisle with our parents, which was really special. So both sets of parents. And I think that was a really special touch. I know traditionally women oftentimes walk down the aisle with their dads, and oftentimes the mother doesn't get any special treatment. And so we wanted to make sure to incorporate our moms into that as well. So have both parents walk us down the aisle was really special, and glad that we did that. During the ceremony, like I said, we did have a rabbi, and he did the ceremony. He did an amazing job. We had met with him multiple times leading up to the ceremony to make sure we were aligned with what we wanted to be captured during the ceremony and how we wanted our love to be portrayed. And I think that was really helpful, as it made the ceremony feel very personal. And then to make it feel even more personal and to really show everyone in the audience our love, Amanda and I did give each other personal vows, and I know sometimes people don't want to do that, and that's okay, but I just felt like I'm so proud to love Amanda, and I wanted everyone to know. I want to shout it from the rooftops how much I love her. You know, I needed everyone to know what I love about her. I think ultimately we were both so happy with the decision to include personal vows. I don't think there was many dry eyes in the room when they were happening. So it was really great. Oh, and the last thing about the ceremony that I'll note is Amanda and I are both huge Taylor Swift fans, and so we both walked down the aisle to the violinist playing Enchanted by Taylor Swift, because we felt that was a song that encaptured how we felt about each other. Moving along to the reception. Like I mentioned, the reception was held in the same room that the ceremony was, but while we were at cocktail hour in the adjacent room, they flipped it, and that's like so amazing that they were able to like turn the room into something totally different. They did such a good job. I know they're like pros at it because they do it often, but it was really amazing. So a few items from the reception I wanted to highlight was our centerpieces. So we did work with our florist. We wanted to bring, you know, some live flowers into the room. However, the room is so decorated, so ornate. The ceiling has a mural, there's murals on the walls, the carpet is designed and ornate, and so we wanted to not take away from that, wanted to still bring in some of our personality, and my favorite color is pink, obviously, and I felt like the pinks and the whites, you know, really was our vision and what we wanted. The greens and the blues, the pink really just like tied everything in together. Had some high centerpieces and some lower centerpieces, and we did reuse the votives, the candles from the aisle that was used during the ceremony, into our reception, and that idea of reusing items as much as possible is definitely a theme throughout the night. We didn't want things to go to waste, and honestly it saves money to reuse items, so that was important to us. Along the lines of reusing, for our sweetheart table, we did reuse, or the florists did, we designed it, but we didn't actually do it. But we reused a lot of the flowers from our hubba, placed that over the front of the sweetheart table, because again, we wanted to reuse and make sure there was as little waste as possible, and also that saved us some money as well. I also wanted to highlight the cake. So the cake was not necessarily an afterthought, but it was never something that Amanda and I had like this huge set vision for. And so the venue that we had our wedding at, the food was all through them, and so the cake was also through them by their pastry chef. A month before, probably, our contact at the venue reached out to us and gave a few options for the cake design, all very simple. So we ended up choosing one that had like lines on it essentially. And then we told the florist to take leftover flowers and place them in like a cascading pattern, but we just kind of gave her creative freedom with it. And we're like, just do what you think looks right, just with it, whatever leftover flowers, like decorate it in a way. I'm so happy with how it turned out, and I think it really just nailed what we had in mind. The cake was delicious. We did our cake cutting song to Paper Rings, which was really sweet because Paper Rings is such a fun and upbeat song. After that, we did transition into dancing, and so Paper Rings was a great song to get everyone up and dancing for. And we did have multiple dance sets throughout the night. So the next thing I want to talk about is the dance floor. The dance floor was centered under the main chandelier in the room. It was so much fun. I love to just dance. I love dancing. And so I knew I wanted to be dancing all night. So Amanda and I did both have sneakers to change into because we knew we wanted to be dancing all night. I'm not even kidding. The dance floor was full during every single dance set, and then until the end of the night, until they kicked us out and were like, you guys need to go home. The event is over. The dance floor was packed. It was so much fun. We had so much fun dancing. One of the things that we did, because we wanted to ensure people would be dancing all night, we had these little flats called cinder rollies in the women's bathroom. There was a basket with these little like flats that were packaged in a little pouch, and then people could take the ones in their size and then put those on and leave their heels at the table. So it really just ensured there would be no excuse to not dance. Like if there's no, oh, my feet hurt, I can't dance. No, we've got you cinder rollies so that you can dance all night. And then another key thing that kept people dancing was the DJ. He was the most amazing DJ ever. We had guests come up to us after and say, this man should get a Grammy. When we were deciding between a DJ or a band, we knew that at the core of our relationship is Taylor Swift, and that a lot of Taylor Swift would be played. Although there are amazing bands out there, if a lot of the songs we wanted to listen to are Taylor Swift, there's not going to be someone who can sing it better than just playing it on a track. Unfortunately, maybe you can prove me wrong, but that was our opinion on it. Also, DJs are less expensive than bands, so that was a way we were able to cut costs in a way that made sense for us. He was so great. He played like the best parts of each song, but didn't play the entire song, but didn't also cut it off before you wanted it to be cut off. He did so good, and he really kept the dance floor going all night, and he was the main reason for it being full. And we did have a lot of adults there as well, and somehow he was able to mix in and incorporate enough what everyone wanted to where everyone was on the dance floor from like mid-20s all the way into like 60s, and it was catered to everyone, and everyone had an amazing time. Really grateful for that, and I just had so much fun dancing and just the time of my life. Amanda and I like barely even drank. I think most of what we drank was water because we were dancing so much and needing to hydrate, but that's so fine. We weren't needing to drink because we were just having so much fun. And in those moments, again, I was just really taking in the fact that everyone was here for us and celebrating us, and just, I think it was really special. The ceremony was more serious because it was about our love, and, you know, people teared up and stuff, and so we also wanted to show the fun aspect of us and what we love to do together. One more thing about the reception that I wanted to add is after the cocktail hour, all of the guests went into the reception room and found their tables, there's like a grand entrance for Amanda and I. We wanted a way to show that the reception was going to be more lighthearted. So for our grand entrance, we decided to come out to the song I Kissed a Girl by Katy Perry, which was so fun because it really lightened the mood, and obviously like it's very fitting for a two-bride wedding. So much fun, and I think it really caught a lot of people by surprise because we kept that a little bit of a secret, and so many people were like, oh my god, that was iconic. So it was really great for us to, you know, bridge the gap to like, okay, our love is serious, but we like to have fun, and at the core of our relationship is always laughing. We love to laugh together, so really grateful that that was incorporated. As I'm like speaking and reminiscing on this, I keep remembering more and more. Actual final thing I think that I want to chat about the reception was the speeches. We both had both of our parents speak. So Amanda's mom and dad gave a speech, which was really special and great to us. And then my parents gave a speech, which was, again, also very special. And it was really nice to have both parents talking because it felt like it was just really great to hear it from both of them. I'm really grateful, and it, again, so special, and I'm really glad that we did have both parents involved and make sure that our moms and dads both felt that they shared and had a special part in the wedding. Later in the evening, Amanda had her sister and maid of honor, Morgan, speak, and she did such an amazing speech and really special to hear from her as well. And then I had my two best friends, Kira and Melina, do a joint speech as well, and they crushed it, and it was so special. We were girls together. I've known both of them for so many years. Melina I've been best friends with since kindergarten, Kira since 6th grade, so just so special. Hear them reflect on their memories with me, and I'm just so grateful for their friendship and to have had them speak at such an important day for me that it was just amazing, and again, just filled with so much love and so much dancing, and I'm so grateful. And final section I wanted to talk about is the little details. When we were working with our venue, we did decide to make signature drinks, and so I did a spicy margarita because that's usually my go-to drink. And Amanda did like a berry gimlet vibe with vodka because that's what her drink of choice is. In general, she likes vodka, fruity drinks, and so that was that. So instead of just having those be the signature drink options, we decided to name them after our cats, which I know sometimes can be a little bit chuggy, millennial, whatever you want to call it. I think it's cute and a personal touch. I worked with a small business on Etsy who designs digital posters for these types of things, so I worked with this guy to create these really cute printouts of our cats and our signature drinks, and I think they turned out so sweet and cute, and the drinks were really a hit, like so much so that at one point during the reception, Amanda and I went up to the bar to order our signature drink because we hadn't gotten to it at that point, and we were like, oh, let's go order a Khaleesi and a Betty. And we got up there and they were like, we're out. Like they ran out of our signature drinks because they were such a hit. So that was really great to see. I know sometimes signature drinks can be kind of obscure, but we're glad that that wasn't the case and that people enjoyed them. And then obviously they were able to order whatever else they wanted, and we did get compliments about the little posters and they thought they were cute, and it was just a way for us to incorporate the kitties without them being there, obviously. We had a photo booth, which was, we added this on at towards the end of the planning, probably the last month, and I'm really glad that we did because we also used the photo booth as a way to have a guest book. So we just asked our guests to print out an extra copy from the photo booth, and we had glue sticks and pens, and so to glue the picture into a guest book that we had next to the photo booth and write a note to us, so that way we could see a picture that they took and then also a message from them. And it was really special, and Amanda and I, you know, after the night ended, spent some time going through the guest book and really seeing what people were doing, because again, like I said, we aren't able to be with everyone at all the time. It was really special to be able to get a glimpse into their night as well. The next item I wanted to talk about is our memory table. So there were a handful of grandparents who were unable to attend for various reasons, you know, whether it's because they've passed or because they can't travel. So we did want to have a in-memory table that was really meant for the ones who passed, but we did also have our rabbi mention not only the ones who passed, but the ones who couldn't physically be in attendance due to health issues. But the memory table was really special to highlight the ones who were joining us from heaven. Another little detail that I loved was I worked with a calligrapher to make the guest cards where people would know where to sit. So essentially we didn't do like fully assigned seats, we just assigned groups of people to a table, and then like from there they could figure out who to sit with, where they wanted to sit at the table. But in order for people to know where their table was, oftentimes people will either do like a big chart or just like individual name cards. So we went for the name card route, and I worked with a calligrapher, and she was so amazing. I had also worked with her to write the addresses on the envelopes of our invitations, and she was so good at doing the invites that I knew I wanted to work with her again for some capacity of the actual wedding day. So I did end up working with her for the guest cards. They were so beautiful and well done, and I think it was just a really sweet touch to have. I think that's probably like everything that I can think of right now. I guess another thing to note is that the friend who took a lot of pictures on my phone the night before also took pictures on her phone on the day of the wedding and at the wedding, and so we did get a lot of behind the scenes content from her, and she just created a shared album and gave us everything, which was so sweet. I know a lot of people are like, that's like becoming more common, is to get iPhone photography, but it was really special to have little moments captured throughout the night. And obviously we did have a photographer and videographer, and they did an amazing job capturing everything too, but iPhone content is always fun to have. But yeah, that is a summary of our wedding. Again, our goal was to have a timeless, classic New York wedding, and we really achieved that. It was so beautiful and so perfect. I literally don't think I would have changed a single thing. It was the most perfect day, and I'm so proud to be married to the most wonderful woman in the world, and I love Amanda so much, and I really feel like this event captured our love so perfectly, and again, so grateful that so many people traveled to celebrate our love with us, and just so special. And yeah, it was exactly what we envisioned and what we worked for and what we planned. So grateful. I will list out the vendors that we used in the description of this video. If you're in the New York City area or tri-state area like Connecticut and New Jersey, a lot of these vendors go there too. So if you're interested in using any of them, I'll leave their information below. They're not paying me to say any of this. I wish they were. We aren't getting a cut of the check. But yeah, we loved all the vendors we worked with. They were so amazing. Thank you so much for watching and recapping our perfect day with me. It was so special, and I hope you enjoyed learning about it, and maybe you got some ideas if you're getting married or planning a wedding. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.